the first to know Nsem-Pii TV.
Mpanifo say aba a yede ebo techi no saba na ena yede ebebo ba jebeka ya before ansa ni ebeko 2024 abato ne so no ene ntra hodo NDC amanyukuo no edi gu NPP amanyukuo ni so no enya asem koto especially die na yede toto online kra enam so emieti eto aba ne ditia NPP amanyukuo no enya asem koto na jebeka ya National Cathedral NDC amanyukuo ne de babetu dwa se krono a NPP amanyukuo ne nam ho ebo no enye asem kotoa NDC amanyukuo no aba power me no ka say die once one yemra na se obeka bibi edi to social media na se enye no kra jedo obekwa akotum wantimi anamu kra na enye 10 good years na afei so trese emra no enye asem kotoa all in the name of say NDC amanyukuo no one way or the other pese kankofo bi anutum wabra untimi kra ema online eme posti bibia including WhatsApp chat group nyina uye mistake out mi send ade wo ho ani abebo kokoko ni aba besoa ni edoko na kodwo opon kroma ni obi etwetwe ho nkomo ye nkonko tie.
The Cyber Security Amendment Bill a war in the process, of becoming law. Minim at what stage as you see a war, but already conversation has started in earnest. It was social media. I saw a video of you so online, and as we raise issues be about some portions of that bill. A assembly party me pacho.
Obi me that's my mintia with people 18 enumerate. I'm Central for big Kasa over the weekend. They call Parliament workshop. Nana many Central for big Kasa. So we'll be about this Cyber Security Authority Amendment Bill. Any misinformation and disinformation, hate speech and publication of other information bill. But I'm point down here na I am ramming and a buying no person deba.
Oh, okay.
Two different pieces of legislation. Misinformation, disinformation, hate speech, and publication of other information bill. And about Cyber Security Authority Amendment Bill. Now, kind Mramini na bumwa. Le happy minister, buying a percent or create divisions be war. Cyber Security Authority, side divisions, and say a cyber crime, cyber bullying, then in Kikahone there, any misinformation, any disinformation. Now, baby, a year worrying, me can't want central for one say. Essentially, they are buying no yellow amount to criminalizing speech. Say, Ubika Bibi, na say a bino. Esu so said they are wakano abino bunye soa nipa krono obetumi akode fiase up to 10 years. In fact, what kind Cyber Security Authority Amendment Bill na or more say na or say who publish false information and also who post false information our social media platforms so info chat groups to say WhatsApp group more multimedia you could see same program more WhatsApp group more discussions so WhatsApp group no so who could post BB Air Force wom and how could post BB Air Force our social media but you had the fiat up to 10 years. And some other misinformation and disinformation, hate speech and publication of other information bill now. So we a media organization, our license for our buying the BGF himself. It was a suspension or revocation of license account be. Apart from that, criminal penalties. You know, a very dangerous area in our buying economy because democracy be a year and also be the freedom of the children. You consume no boy here. nti ɛtɔ bi a no ɛtra ɛhyeɛ no ɛtra hyeɛ na yɛwɔ yɛwɔ civil remedies, administrative penalties cry betumi issue. Na so obeka so bi nko there fiase because they are work no aban no to so say a fault and a minister no to so say a false ne die. Yes, ade bi eni say sa bria a democracy aba enimu a ye pese rather ye bie kwan man kofo e kiro madwen so mo no ya ade bi a eni say countenance. Nti na me ne central for the can one center. Yeah, I say aban no say o ye consultation. Ye kukusa by the time I will be consultation no na wetie enkomo etie wono mo muni meduma ne so afutu say media e be kum Ghana democracy.
But one issue so amount for complaining about Bebre, and I think the president even in his media encounter had cause to raise that point. The issue around IP address, monitoring of commentary on social media, it seems to be something that drew worrying proportions. If we are calling for that growing subculture to be dealt with, through some of these laws, no?
Oba Edwinsogu na so a ye pepa inside 9 entry enye nne na sa infractions we fear here one mo eni ya bakosem no ma me form nko 1991 tama na constituent assembly no chichire Ghana constitution with the Ukraine. There was a big debate about the right to free expression. Now, one man not push the right to free expression, say, in the constitution. They were confronted with a question, say, what is our media freedoms? We need right to free expression by regulating media space. There could be ugly noises, meaning our expression, ugly noises. And Pennyphone today say, we prefer an open culture with ugly noises to a culture of silence. In fact, so Professor Albert Dubois lecture notes, any lectures of mine on the culture of silence are. Some more a dear and untino in Shishaya Ghana United Jitum say as much as is possible, Lydia, Yemium no be antrenaging. Nemum say a do baby na say Ubika Bidia Emfa Emra Kwanswa. You use civil remedies. You call constitutional error anymore. NDC abaya na say PNDC abaya NDC no. Oman to me Emrana na kanina. And to beka President Kufuor baby president in 2001. Emrana na bakwaka. A criminal and sedition libel. Into President Kufuor by no be free ho. Another one nan komoko super na Right Information Act. President Rawlings time na san common start here, but no so e pay. To watch President Kufuor Dubai no so be pass right information cry say. Afi kwa yen kwa nim na information a won saka. Na won ko hia say wakoka bibia obi beka say one misinform public no. But ye ba mu no. We were confronted with the same situation and Kufuor can say do what we say tro. E go out no say they are all can and yes, and could intro na we chat here. Yet the name would go by okay media capacity enhancement program. Yes, it's central for a big tribute to misinformation. No, the way out and say and yes, I inform to 10 years. The way out and say more the training now we do man so into your Kumasi media capacity enhancement program. Utum for say to so the body there na mabum one or no not them Ghana Central Phone in already and him say yenye sa media capacity enhancement program. Yang kase yang form ko to afiase. But there was need for a lot of public sensitization. Bekaya conferences ahodo about misinformation, public campaigns, even National Media Commission and the National Communication Authority. Or be a joint monitoring center. So we will be here with TV so and radio so our mom so ten and commit to one more. And then you be fact checking. fact checking me could be the no do bow money at the end. He said, Ubi town who be the no cry, who to me is subjected to fact checking near when cry a war. Yekoye ISD Media Center say, what a fact be about a buying assembly of fact no I say. Into there are several ways I would deal with it, not so because any panel young funding for 12 years up to 10 years. It is because a nena and confound intro and now be a can somewhere Nsem-Fata no be a booby and intia. The patron many fears here. As far back as 1991, and as Uncle with fears here. Now, mine you get to say, a person be a young far would you name mum, Senipacono, or from a car. Actually, one yet the civil remedies and a solve between the narco court, maybe a court aboneka. Now, say, they are buying car beton and say, Uncle Defiase up to 10 years. And now, so a radio station, I engine a license in some dear. A Bema democracy, no fan who dear be added to an agent. Mean comfort trauma, me no money. A big cassette, maybe dimatem. You can disagree with what they are saying, but you should agree with their right to free expression.
But one other thing, and it's this law, the substantive law, no, and as the mother law, 2020 law, and government is seeking to amend some portions in 2025. From your readings, no, a day in the war main law, 2020 law, ne a buying person occur with this amendment.
Maybe if they are buying also bedroom, the parent legislation more in consonance with the object of the parent legislation or person or the amendment to which is a better. Media, we say Cyber Security Authority Act now, and can you imagine to say cyberbullying?
Yes.
Apart from cyberbullying, stalking, hate speech, and quala protections, senka ho no de call the anka problem in the home. And admittedly, a whole be war current your friend say amendment bill no emu. But almost the other ones are come one and no they are infringing on the right to free expression. And no and if I hear say section 67 of clause 67 of, because it's a bill, clause 67 of amendment bill now. Also publishing false information, now posting false information. I will say we to call them for up to 10 years. And no, it's not about cyberbullying or I know there a suppression of dissent, suppression of free expression. Nti Sanya Mano and I was a bino a man and you say we cannot countenance anything there. A dear back to Preventive Detention Act. Any criminal and seditious libel days. Yeni ano ATM minimum mo kai PD, kwame nkoma time PD. If they also pay penny money education. Am I? Almost maybe by say in the interest of the security of the state, you know. Say yes, which is prejudicial to the security of the state. When securities are more forcefully defined, you bet to me, Edward court to crown point to me, no, habeas corpus me, would them say. And you know, comfort them more under PD woo ye. That what can I say?
Yes.
They say okay, but the only person who expanded the definition of security you could do in this new act now. Any PD and I pay. Any PD and I pay. Okay, criminal and seditious libel. It sought to criminalize speech that was even untoward. President Kufoma Yeyifiwa. Yeah, and I'm section 67 of the Amendment Act, which you know, is going back to criminal and seditious libel, where it's seeking to criminalize speech. Be that as it may, says I have speech in here even untoward. In fact, rather no, and come on, there question say Maraka, the way books so still criminalize speech, you know. I will say you free. One of those running a publication of false news with the intent to cause fear and panic. Into Behuna, and TV so now and saying abronye ni actually ne the handcuff for good inside not the Black Maria Moa for hardened criminals. Are there transcend you online na enye abide. Here China kotuma man unkwalabi TikTok unkwalabi umakoka bibi online. Ade omaka ni nyu Nsem-Fata nye obi ankasa ye fata. Benuti ne de omakoto fiase for 14 days. So speech is being criminalized the more in Ghana now. And Chesamra will participate. Obi my example, okay time a multimedia and MPP abanya problem say my documentary be a friend of militia in the heart of the city.
Yes.
Na say my documentary sebi and the more National Media Commission, Bua say I'm fuck paso. What him say and that new mra we say enka that time no senka mra we na ban we person over you bet me have the license. Is that the kind of power we want to give any government in a democracy? If you no say you call NMC ruling and okay say more correction going forward. No. And no who to make us a correction. There have been several instances media houses, NMC ruling or because say correction. But baby, I'm going to your license crown. You bet to me, Aji, Obi,
yeah.
So if you say fan one, Ochina, you have a chua kotum say what you be or Presby Church WhatsApp platform and no credit. Or now be say, the year will be now one country and net rules.
I've been going through the bill, and
which of them, by the way,
the Cybersecurity Authority Amendment Bill.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, Osha, and I'm just taking a casual look. One thing, me who ya a tickle me fancy kakra the bit about the powers of police, which is Section 20B inserted into the principal enactment is amended by the insertion after Section 20 of Powers of Police 20B1. The Director General, Deputy Director General, and other authorized officers shall exercise the powers of a police officer, including the powers of arrest, search and seizure, and have the same rights, protections, immunities conferred on a police officer in the Criminal and Other Offences Procedure Act 1960. The Police Service Act, and any other law related to a police officer in the performance of their functions under the Act. Essentially, the Director General of the Cybersecurity Authority, and the two deputies, and there's a one deputy cry, they can exercise the powers of a police officer. Giving that much power to a bureaucrat, that's really a major issue that should be looked at.
Additionally, we call clause 31, clause 9, which seeks to amend section 31 of the Act.
Yes.
Funding crowd almost so they are this new cyber security police agency unprecedented.
Yeah, the sources of monies for the fund include seed money approved by Parliament. B. Monies which may become lawfully payable by the authority for the fund. C. 50% of all fines arising from criminal penalties under the Act. D. Grants, gifts, donations, and other voluntary contributions. E. 12% of the communication service tax for the fund per annum.
12%
of CST. 9% corporate tax for the fund per annum. A charge determined by the authority in accordance with the Fees and Charges Miscellaneous Provisions Act 2018 and levied on persons licensed by the Bank of Ghana to carry on business. A proportion of the fees charged on all government electronic services determined.
The kind of money they must new cyber security police agents we are on person create. No, we are no matter on power. Say who will be away. so more so say the phone ni crowd no information bi was what child information no in violation of embra we are more the purpose of search and seizure.
Yes.
I'm going to now boy how about the phone laptop or computer or more reason to believe say information bi was why in contravention of the act. It's very, very, very careful. Because who criticize the way you know at the Coco share Cyber Security Authority, I share Minister of Communication here at Sam George Asia. A more
but this in form and substance is worse than criminal libel.
Let's say go back to PDA. Extra criminal libel Eco Preventive Detention Act. Because what is essentially going to happen, they say, now, authority work in the powers of police. Police say, also, and now reasonable suspicion said, crime or cause to me, search and seizure. We say, what's our man, search and seizure, what's our man, all of these resources. We are, at the end of what creating, yet you come and be a control people, what's our platform, nearby the son and consent womb. At the end of what I mean, look at the definitions or the attempts to define what security is. I would say very careful.
Yeah. It's something that should be looked at. Or continues in common way subsequently. But the other thing so we raised here was calling on a bind policy document underpinning the flagship programs in Yinano on Famra Parliament. Why this call, Honorable?
Obi Parliament here, Juma Bako here, their friend oversight. Inti abandi kaiba Parliament here, or person call here programs be. Now I stress a money sika, non-fen konkoye. If you will say abaya beji hundreds of millions of Ghana cedis, I'm a minister at Hobo, say, Ubin koye feed Ghana. And me of fire kupoko.